All right, for this draft, we're doing. It just looks fucking funny how you just biting right then. We're drafting. Basically, you're on a desert island. You can only watch 5 TV shows for the rest of your life. So whether or not you want to consider like adding variety, having some dramas and comedies, whatever, that's up to you. Reality TV shows count. Should we count? Like, okay, you can't draft like Monday Night Football. I don't think.
No.
Yeah.
No live.
I think we're taking sports broadcasts out of this, so no live
Professional
competition
wrestling get grouped into sports?
or entertainment. I don't think you should be able to draft fucking King of the Cage or whatever.
So professional wrestling is a sport then?
Yeah, I know that we've joked about it being fake. I'm aware of that, but
Start your engines.
are the general managers ready? I'd really love to go first here, actually. I'd like that a lot.
Yeah, we're just not gonna give that to you. So Luke, again, you're 1, Eric's 2, I'm 3, Andy's 4. We're generating now. 2, so Eric's first, Luke's third, and Andy is last.
I'm gonna walk out of this first round with something that I like at least, so
Yeah,
that's all I
yeah.
can ask for.
Okay.
All right, Eric, go.
Breaking Bad, number 1.
Jotting that down. I'm taking The Wire.
Yeah, Jake took The Wires, and now I'm gonna take The Sopranos.
Oh, I ended up getting what I wanted here. My turn?
Yeah.
Office.
Oh, very
And-
nice.
Oh, I get 2 choices here, don't I?
Yeah.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Wow, did not expect that.
I'm gonna take Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Bastard. I'm gonna take Game of Thrones.
Fucking rat.
Fucking rat.
2 of my top 4 right there. I'm pretty happy.
You mean Seinfeld?
God, dude,
Wow.
if you would have Game of Thrones
Very
in
nice.
version, it would have been fucking unreal.
Yeah.
I know. I was hoping. I was
Office
just
and Game
keeping
of
my mouth
Thrones
shut.
were nice.
Gotta tread carefully here.
Gonna tread lightly. At least you have Breaking Better.
Surprised this isn't easier for you.
Well, I'm going South Park here.
That's what
Fuck.
did expect South Park. Good choice.
It's one of my top 3 favorite shows. I wasn't sure.
This is an important pick right now, and I don't think that I have a great one, but just off rip, I'm gonna fucking I'm between 2. I think I'm just especially for the group of voters here, and well, this doesn't really help
that
Eric.
comes into play a lot.
Yeah, I do think I'm gonna take Arrested Development right
Nice.
now.
Nice choice.
I'm going to very, very happily take Impractical Jokers.
Oh, great choice. Great choice. Great choice, Lucas.
Happily. You're up.
Oh, it's my turn already? Really?
2 in a row. Yeah.
All right. Well, this is tough because you guys haven't seen one of these shows, but I'll go Entourage here at number 3.
That was what I was between with
Very nice,
Arrested
very nice.
Development. God damn it.
Um,
Thought it might slip back.
and no one here has seen Boardwalk Empires, right?
No.
No.
Boardwalk
Don't
Empire.
say these things out loud, though, dude.
Yeah, but still, like, it's really the only people I'm really appealing to right now are the 3 of you guys. Because I feel like I have comedy covered. I'm just trying to get some decent dramas going right now.
Yep.
Just keep it on there. I'm gonna go Boardwalk at number 4.
Luke, you're up.
Just to get my animated thing out of the way here, I'm gonna take The Simpsons.
Simpsons.
That's great. It's a great pick. I'm making a great fucking pick right here, guys. I'm very proud of this.
Wow.
I'm going Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone.
Wow, that is a nice one. Jake, have you seen the only thing is, like, I'm trying to take things that I'm really, really fucking familiar with. Like, I know that there's good shows that I haven't seen yet. It's just a little odd. I know you've probably seen, like, 2 episodes of that show ever.
Bullshit. I've not only seen 2 episodes. Fucking
I'm
ass.
surprised you didn't take the newer age
Yes,
Twilight.
Don't fucking
Yeah,
talk about it.
no, I was just
No,
thinking about
that's-
that.
You should really not mention
It's
that.
just.
Oh,
I was
sorry.
considering taking it.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Thinking about. I was hoping it would slip back to me.
Why would you want to?
Just keep eating your food.
No, there's another awesome show like that right now.
My first one's gonna be Eastbound and Down.
Oh,
Ooh,
nice.
that's
It is
a
a
nice
nice
one.
choice.
All right, so your last pick, as long as we don't extend.
Why don't we walk down there and fuck them all?
Whose turn is it? Eric's?
Yeah, I got my last one
pick.
here.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna take a homer pick here for myself. I'm going Dexter.
Oh, I was thinking about that. That's good.
I really wish I would have meditated on this a little more. I feel like we're gonna leave out some absolutely
We are,
crucial
man.
shit that, like, things that we don't think of, like the Twilight Zone. Like,
Yeah.
there's probably like 16 other, like.
Oh yeah. I just kind of throw out whatever came to mind that I know.
There's a show called Twin Peaks that people used to like a lot, but none of us have seen it though. It'd just be dumb for us to
Yeah.
take it.
Just write it down. Animated shit is basically off the table with South Park and Simpsons being gone. Like, I'm not fucking with Family Guy. No. King of the Hill's there. I know that you love that, but you're out. And
Oh no, dude, there's one more.
Let's keep them to ourselves.
Oh, like Rick and Morty or whatever?
Yeah.
I don't watch it yet.
I've never seen it. SpongeBob.
Hey.
Hey, guys, I just got the funniest idea. All right, just take one, Jake, and then I'm gonna blow the roof off of this fucking place.
Damn, I went way too much drama here.
You do have a lot of drama.
I got Arrested Development. I'm basically not laughing on this island.
No.
much. I will say there are parts of The Wire that are funnier than a lot of fucking comedies out right now. But
Funny shit on Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Too, from time to time, or at least earlier on.
fuck, man, I'm just gonna go with True Detective right here.
Nice.
Basically the eastbound and down of comedy.
Great pick. I should have
Or
done that instead.
of drama.
I had one pick in mind, but there's like a lot of seasons and I've only seen one, so it'd be a little disingenuous. Just to hopefully help garner Eric and Jake's votes here. We're getting the fucking horses out in Alberta and we're taking Man Tracker, baby.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
Fucking man trackers.
Get me out there in Alberta. Well, that was one of the funnest experiences ever watching a show, though, when you, Luke and Jake watching that. Like this, tracking expert, gets on a horse and chases two people that have to get from a starting location to a finish location.
It's such bullshit.
And it's so stupid, but it's hilarious. Greatest comedy of all time.
The reason we liked this so much is because, the concept is amazing. You're just trying to fucking run away from this, tracking expert, and he gives you, what does it look like, a 2-mile head start or something? But, there was so much obvious bullshit in the show that, Eric and I and Luke would be making fun of. It was just so fun to watch for all the bullshit. And I remember one of the hardest I've ever laughed, it was just when Eric was, imitating, you're just one of the people trying to run from him. You're, behind a bush, and he, sees you, and he's just like, oh shit, he sees the camera crew, let's get the fuck out. It's there's so much unrealistic shit about it.
There was another really funny moment where a guy just kind of won the show fair and square, and the tracker guy was a little pissed, and it was the guy won it because he was strategically going in areas that horses couldn't really maneuver very well in because the guy's on a horse, the tracker guy is, and because the tracker guy was kind of mad, he was just like, man, you just get us out in Alberta somewhere and I'll track him down. Basically saying
or I can just ride a horse at 50 fucking miles per hour.
Once it comes down to the speed of a horse versus the speed of a human, I'll definitely win.
Yeah.
All right. So, since I'm picking last, I'm going to throw a couple of things out there real fast. So, I'm between Family Guy, Stranger Things, and Californication. Californication being really not much of a consideration. I just like Hank Moody and would enjoy just watching his antics if I was, deserted on some island. But I feel like I don't have enough drama because I really only have Entourage, which is, very comedic a lot of the times, and Boardwalk. So that's why I'm kind of considering Stranger Things. But I feel like if you're going to be on a desert island, you don't want to be sad because you're already deserted on an island. I would want something that, at least for me personally, that's going to boost morale.
That's just a classic line of thinking. I'm not trying to consider.
Yeah, I didn't think
I'm just saying.
I didn't think that into it. I'm just picking my favorite shows.
I think also because some other people have a good animated show and it adds balance. I'm just gonna go with Family Guy here for number 5 for me.
Okay.
We're done now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's a little weird is that nobody picked House of Cards.
I know. I was
thought
thinking about it.
I
haven't
thought
seen
about
it.
it, but dude, I was watching it recently, and I was like, dude, after he kills Zoe, I just do not really.
Oh.
care.
Yeah. Again, I think that House of Cards is one of the truly fucking overrated shows of all time. Honestly.
Yeah, I like
Hot
the
take.
first season, but I do have to say, so I've seen the first season and I've seen the clip where he kills Zoe, and I gotta be one of those guys and go ahead and say here that there's just simply no way in hell that if a politician was gonna assassinate someone, he would do it himself. He would absolutely have a hired gun or something. He's not gonna.
Not to mention, and that when he does that, it's all on fucking camera.
Yeah, there's.
But they're like,
security
oh, just because you don't see him push her, it's not on camera. Dude, he walks out from behind the fucking fence. You can see him walk out on camera. So they would have seen him walk behind the fence, her walk behind the fence, she gets pushed out, he walks out.
I will say that
open
moment.
and shut case.
I will say that moment though is one of the truly shocking moments in TV history for me.
Extremely.
Even him killing Peter Russo, he wouldn't be the one in the fucking car doing it, man.
The guy's just a straight up murderer.
Before we go to judging this, I think we should talk about a few more things that were considerations that didn't make it. I think that someone could have gotten creative with like a more educational show like The Cosmos or something, or even a reality show like fucking Survivor.
I honestly couldn't be happier with my 5 right now. I feel like I've handled basically every single thing that I want to.
Your drama game is shit. You've got Sopranos and nothing else.
But Curb is maybe the best comedy show ever. Simpsons is maybe the best animated comedy ever. And Practical Jokers is, I think, is my favorite thing on reality TV right now. And Man Tracker is just whenever I'm goofing off. And then Sopranos is fucking good as shit.
All right, well you just advertised for yours, so let's just go through, Andy.
I mean, I think that The Office, if we're talking about rewatchability, is maybe not for everyone here, but for a lot of people, is a very rewatchable show. Always Sunny, I think kind of the same thing. I just feel really comfortable with where I am comedically with The Office, Always Sunny, and Family Guy. Don't feel like I'm too strong with dramas, unfortunately. If you're just trying to laugh and not feel shitty about being on a desert island, then I think you should choose mine.
I think we took the desert island a little bit too literal here.
I picked Breaking Bad first over The Wire and The Sopranos because I haven't watched The Wire, and I didn't get past season 3 of The Sopranos. Seinfeld, just one of the, probably best, like, what has some of the most iconic comedy ever. Lots of good Larry David comedy, really great. Another legendary show. South Park, one of my all-time favorite shows. I don't know like how high up there it would be with like critics and stuff, but it never gets old for me.
It's high up.
It's high up. South Park is great, man.
Eastbound and Down, I think the first season of that will never get old for me. It's one of the greatest like seasons of comedy I've ever seen in anything.
Yeah, let me just hop in real quick. I think I actually do think that first season of Eastbound and Down is the best for me. That's the funniest season of any show ever.
And then Dexter I picked just because
it's fun.
It's a fun show, and it's also one of the shows that I can confidently say I've watched through multiple times.
The Wire for me is the most rewatchable show of anything I've ever seen. Like every time I watch it, I get more excited about it. Game of Thrones, like the thing I like about it is that it really engulfs you into like the universe, and it like people call it like world building. Mm-hmm. I think they do that like extremely well, even though that it really sucked the last season, maybe 2 seasons. The first like 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever were enough to make it to where like The Wire's only 5 seasons. I mean, so Game of Thrones was fucking strong for 4 or 5. But the thing about Game of Thrones is when you're building towards something and that something ends up sucking, that's a big deal. But still, Game of Thrones, great world building show. You got sucked into. It was awesome. Arrested Development is my second favorite comedy after Curb. Twilight Zone, I think, just adds a cool little dimension to my team. And then some people feel like True Detective's kind of like Eastbound and Down of drama, where it's like the first season was one of the best seasons of any show ever.
Okay, quickly before we vote, everyone just rattle off yours one more time. So I've got Sopranos, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Impractical Jokers, The Simpsons, Man Tracker.
I got The Office, Always Sunny, Entourage, Boardwalk Empire, and Family Guy.
I have Breaking Bad, Seinfeld, South Park, Eastbound and Down, and Dexter.
I have The Wire, Game of Thrones, Arrested Development, Twilight Zone, and True Detective. Fuck, man. This is tough for me. I'm gonna go ahead and stick with Eric because of the strength of Breaking Bad. But Sopranos and Curb is fuck, man.
I'm also going Eric.
I'm gonna go Eric as well. He's gonna get a clean sweep here.
Just a clean sweep for Eric. Yeah, Breaking Bad, Seinfeld, South Park, and Eastbound, and then Luke. Obviously, Sopranos, Curb, and Impractical Jokers. But The Simpsons. It's funny, but
huge.
I'm not really huge on animated. And then Man Tracker. I've never even watched a single episode.
It's a very obscure show.
Eric getting my vote.
Wait, Eric, have you voted yet? You won, but let's see who you're gonna vote for anyways.
So I'm between Andy and Jake here. I think Jake's barely beats Andy's for me just because it's got some of my really favorite, really favorite dramas, plus a really nice bonus, The Wire, that I could watch with the list, versus Andy having a bunch of shows that I like but don't love.
Eric's the king now.
Champ.
Yeah. Never doing one of these ever again.
Until I fucking win one. Hey, we've got Jake 1, Eric 1, so maybe me and Andy can win one of these fucking things. All right, this one's done.
Probably not.